Somewhere in this unforgiving jungle, you take your first breath. Congratulations, you're a monkey, small, clueless, and clinging to your mother like a tiny furry backpack. You have no idea what's going on, and honestly, that's for the best. The jungle is not a friendly place. It's loud, chaotic, and full of things that would love to make a meal out of something as bite-sized as you. Snakes, eagles, leopards. Oh, and let's not forget the occasional territorial adult monkey who just woke up on the wrong side of the branch. But none of that is your problem yet. Right now, your biggest struggle is figuring out how to hold on while your mother swings through the treetops at speeds that feel personally irresponsible. Ever been on a roller coaster as a baby? No? Well, you have now. For the first few weeks, life is simple. Eat, sleep, cling. That's the routine. Your mother is your world, your food source, your taxi service, your personal heater. She does all the work while you sit back, occasionally peeking out from her fur like some kind of living neck pillow. It's not a bad gig. But time doesn't slow down for anyone, and the jungle does not do extensions on childhood. Eventually, your mother starts nudging you away. First, it's subtle. She shifts just enough to make you adjust your grip. Then, one day, she straight up lets go. You plop onto the nearest branch like a toddler thrown into their first swimming lesson. The message is clear. It's time to start pulling your weight. So now, the real work begins. You wobble, you stumble, you miss branches that were right there. Gravity becomes a very personal enemy. You quickly learn that falling isn't the scary part. It's the landing. But trial and error is how nature works. And if you don't figure it out fast, well, let's just say the jungle has a way of making room for the next generation. As you get older, the stakes get higher. Food isn't just magically provided anymore. You have to find it yourself. And it turns out, so does everyone else. You thought sharing was just a polite suggestion? Try telling that to the big male who just stole your fruit because he can. You start to understand the unspoken rules of jungle life. If you want to eat, you have to be quick. If you want to survive, you have to be smart. And if you see an eagle's shadow overhead, duck. Despite the danger, there are good times too. Play fighting with other young monkeys, learning to leap across gaps that once seemed impossible, discovering which fruits taste the best and which ones will have you regretting all your life choices. There's freedom in the chaos, adventure in every branch, but no matter how fast you swing, one truth remains. The jungle does not hand out happy endings. Because out here, everything comes at a cost, and sooner or later, you'll have to pay up. Fast forward a bit, and you're not just a baby anymore. You're a juvenile, which basically means you're old enough to explore but still dumb enough to make bad decisions. And you are about to make some spectacularly bad ones. But that's just how things work in the jungle. Every young monkey has to learn through trial and error, or, in some cases, trial and fatal error. You're getting stronger, faster, and bolder. You spend your days leaping through the trees, testing the limits of your little body, trying to prove you're just as tough as the older monkeys. And in your mind, you are. But there's a difference between confidence and wisdom, and you haven't learned that lesson yet. Today, your biggest problem is trying to steal fruit from a bigger monkey without getting smacked. But very soon, you'll face a much, much bigger problem. Because while you're busy playing, something else is watching. Something doesn't play. Something that's been perfecting the art of patience for millions of years. The river, the meetup spot of the jungle. It's where monkeys come to drink, cool off, and, let's be honest, show off. The way you swing down from the branches, land just right, and casually splash around. That's prime monkey behavior. It's all about status, about looking confident, about proving you belong. But here's the problem. The jungle isn't just trees and vines. It's also filled with things that hunt. And the river? Oh, the river is their buffet table. The real question isn't whether something is lurking. It's what's lurking. And unfortunately for you, it's the worst possible thing. A crocodile. Silent, patient, and engineered to be an apex predator. You don't see it. You don't hear it. You're too busy living in the moment, laughing with your friends, dipping your fingers into the cool water like it's just another carefree day in the jungle. But beneath the surface, hidden in the shadows, something has been waiting, watching, calculating. Oh, but he knows exactly where you are. And he's been waiting for an opportunity just like this. Crocodiles are nature's oldest ambush predators. They don't chase, they don't waste energy. They wait. And when the moment is right, they strike with the kind of force that doesn't give second chances. Now, theoretically, you should know better. Maybe one of the older monkeys should have warned you. Maybe you should have learned from that one cousin who went to the river one day and never came back. But here you are, casually breaking the number one rule of survival. Never let your guard down. All it takes is one mistake, 1 second of distraction, one tiny ripple in the water, and then you pause, fascinated by your own reflection. Look at you, handsome, symmetrical, a true masterpiece of monkey genetics. You tilt your head, watching as the water mirrors your every move. It's a moment of pure, innocent curiosity. A little self-appreciation never hurt anyone, right? Well, here's the thing about curiosity. It absolutely does hurt. Sometimes fatally. Your friends, they've already picked up on something you haven't. A shift in the air, a whisper of movement where there shouldn't be one. They don't stick around to investigate. Nope, straight up the trees, no questions asked. But not you. You're still here, still staring, still mesmerized. And that's when it happens. A ripple, a blur, a flash of teeth, and suddenly your reflection isn't the only thing staring back at you. 1 second you're there, the next you're gone. There's no warning, no struggle, just an explosion of water and a flash of teeth. The jungle doesn't have dramatic music. There's no slow motion escape scene, just raw, brutal efficiency. The croc's jaws clamp down, and once that happens, the story is already over. You might thrash, you might scream, but the moment you left solid ground, you lost. Because now comes the worst part, the death roll. A technique so effective, it hasn't changed in millions of years. You're not just being eaten, you're being shredded, spun, and broken apart in nature's most terrifying blender. You might hope for a miracle, a last-second rescue. Maybe another monkey will come to help. No, they're already gone. Survival is brutal, and no one is sticking their neck out for you. This is the jungle, and the jungle doesn't do second chances. The struggle is brief. The outcome was decided before it even began. And then, silence. A few bubbles rise to the surface, and just like that, it's over. Well, that was a bummer, wasn't it? 1 minute you're basking in the glory of your youth, swinging through the trees like you own the place, and the next, poof, you're a snack for a crocodile. Talk about a dramatic exit. You'd think with all that survival instinct crammed into your tiny monkey brain, you'd have figured out that rivers come with, I don't know, predators? Apparently not. Because who needs to heed the warnings after generations of wise monkeys have gone missing at the water's edge? Nope. You were far too busy admiring your own reflection to notice the real showstopper lurking below. Nice move, genius. But hey, look on the bright side. At least you won't have to worry about the ins and outs of the jungle anymore. No more fruit stealing, sibling rivalry, or obnoxiously loud cousins climbing all over you. Just a quiet, eternal nap at the bottom of the river. How serene. And if your friends happen to notice you're gone, well, they'll probably have a good laugh about it next time they splish-splash around the water. Remember that idiot who couldn't take his eyes off himself. Classic monkey tale right there. Just goes to show. Curiosity may have killed the cat, but in the jungle, it promptly turns monkeys into appetizers. So, to all you little monkeys out there, take notes. The jungle rules are simple. Keep your wits about you, and for crying out loud, stop staring at your reflection like you're some monkey supermodel. Because 1 minute you're living your best life, and the next you're just another lost statistic. Nature could at least let you have a fighting chance, right? No dramatic escape, no heroic last-minute save, just a quick bite and a decisive end. Thanks for that, Mother Nature.